This overweight man was on his very first business trip to India when he noticed a little beggar trailing behind him. Annoyed, he pulled a few copper coins from his pocket and tossed them at the boy with a mocking remark.
Here's 50 paisa. Buy yourself some WD-40.
What he never expected was that the beggar not only understood his insulting words, but also threw all the coins onto the ground in defiance. A little later, Mark was in the airport restroom when he suddenly saw that same beggar again. Irritated, Mark folded up his newspaper and was ready to teach the greedy little beggar a lesson. But at that very moment, the boy suddenly unleashed an incredible strength, dragging the 800-pound Mark straight out of the restroom by force. Hours later, Mark's flight landed at Washington Airport. With a blank stare, he followed a hotel staff member into his assigned room. The staff waited for a tip, but Mark just stood there with his back turned, showing no intention of paying. Helpless, the staff gave up and left. That was when Mark collapsed onto the bed, gasping for breath. Strangely, thick streams of ketchup-like fluid began pouring out of his body, soaking the white sheets in crimson. His eyes turned an eerie, glowing red. The next morning, when police arrived at the hotel, they found no signs of a struggle and no evidence of viral infection. The only clue was a set of fingerprints the size of a child's hand, pressed faintly into the edge of the bedsheet. Later, when Dana performed the autopsy, she discovered that most of Mark's internal organs had been violently ruptured from the inside. But what puzzled her most was that even though Mark had died in his hotel room the previous night, his official time of death measured somewhere between 24 and 36 hours earlier, which meant that Mark had already met his end long before he ever boarded the plane in India.